Hey guys, what's up? I'm Zombie Games, he's King Kill,
What's up?
and we are a good pair. And welcome back to another tale. Today we are going to be reacting to Sauron versus the Lich King. Lord of the Rings versus World of Warcraft.
Yeah. I mean, I've been actually looking forward to this only because of the Sauron aspect. Because I've been looking forward to Sauron being in Death Battle for a while. Because I've really wanted him in Death Battle. I really wanted him in Death Battle because I think he'd be a great contestant. Because he's also be very tough. I know nothing of World of Warcraft, neither does he. When it comes to who knows more about Sauron, though, I would have to say probably me.
Because I've seen the movies and I played like one of the games, but to the extent of that, that's all I know.
But I played pretty much all the games. At least with Sauron involved, because I do know for a fact they're probably going to be focusing on Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor, and Shadow of War as well, because there's lore that surrounds Sauron in
Yeah,
each of those
but if
games.
my guess...
And my guess is they're also going to be focusing on the TV show because that also is involved with
Not just a
Sauron.
TV show, I have a guess that I know where it's going to go.
Yeah, what's that?
You can't forget the original source material.
Oh yeah, the cartoon, huh?
No? You didn't know Lord of the Rings was originally a book series?
Well, yeah, I know it's a book, but they're probably gonna
Because the book came before the movies ever existed. So
No, I know, but you gotta also think about what Death Battle is gonna do. Is that they're probably more what Death Battle is gonna go off of, because sometimes in the books Sauron didn't use stuff that he used in the movies or in the games.
No, I know, but they're gonna use the most canon. They always use like the strongest form. That's canon. The books are the
But
most canon material.
however, each of the games and the movies and I will say the books and the movies and the games are its own separate thing, but I will say the games and the movies are actually pretty much in its own one timeline, but the books are a separate timeline.
The books are of the how it goes is I saw a chart of this. How it goes as far as canon is first always in anything is the book. So for instance, the Lord of the Rings book is the most canon. Then it's always the movies, and then games are last in an other source material. So the most canon being the books, the second most would be the movies, and then the games. So they might include the games, they might not, but as if they go off most canon, which they normally do, is anything that is canon. Even though sometimes they've included non-canon shit. Not much, but they have.
They have in the past, yeah.
But I think they're gonna go with the most canon shit, and I think they're gonna go heavily off the books, maybe. Or the movies, either one.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's start this up. Let's see at least what they got.
3,
2,
2,
1, go.
Sauron, the Lord of the Rings.
The Lich King, Warcraft's Lord of the Scourge.
Evil has many shapes, but few can match the presence of these kings of blight and shadow.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Within the timeless halls, at the dawn of creation, the supreme god Eru and his angelic Ainur created all of existence through a single harmonious song.
But one of these angels just had to be a rebel. Melkor ruined that harmony, giving the world its many, many imperfections, like Wiz. Then after messing up God's hit single and going rogue, Melkor took up a new name just to be even more metal, Morgoth.
Morgoth's power was impressive, daunting. Several Maiar, essentially lower-ranked angels, joined him in his frightening conquest of the world he had helped create.
And the greatest of these followers was one obsessed with destroying all life in the pursuit of bringing about complete order.
He used to be Myron, but under Morgoth's reign, he became the one and only Sauron.
As the bigwig of Morgoth's forces, Sauron spent thousands of years bringing Middle Earth to
54,000
its
years?
knees.
Damn.
He's almost more a force of nature than anything else.
I knew he was old, but I didn't know he was that old.
Infernos, cause country-spanning earthquakes, and even
I thought at most he was like 1,000.
souls.
Oh!
And because
Yeah!
he's a weird angel spirit,
They're including the
man,
games.
he can morph his body around his own soul however he wants, or just shed it like clothing and fight as a ghost.
He can morph far beyond that. He has appeared as something akin to both man and elf, attractive and devious, a werewolf once thought to be the greatest wolf of all, and even a vampire.
Oh man, Tumblr's gonna go nuts with that.
What?
Many of his greatest accomplishments are not
A
due to his
vampire? That
powerful
makes zero
magic and
sense.
weaponry, but his inhuman cunning. Sauron is nothing less than a master of manipulation.
He's like if Loki and Satan did a fusion dance. He loves to trick someone with illusions, shadow magic, or just by toying with their sad, predictable, pathetic human emotions. Like when he convinced Saruman to join the evil side, who was basically a super wizard specifically meant to lead the charge against Sauron.
In some ways, Sauron is actually wiser than the master he served. In the most epic war to eclipse all other wars, humans, dwarves, elves, and more united to destroy Morgoth, casting what remained of Melkor into the void.
But Sauron saw it coming and bailed faster than me at a divorce hearing, just to show back up centuries later in the fiery pits of Mordor.
There, the
Mordor,
Dark Lord
yeah.
created a plan to conquer everything. He fooled the elven smiths into forging 19 rings of power and planted them among the leaders of elven, man, and dwarven kind, all controlled by another ring he made in secret.
The one ring to rule
Rule
them
them
all.
all.
One ring to find them. One ring to bring them all. And in the darkness bind them. Oh god, that's so epic. Think I'm into poetry now. Forged in the fires of Mount Doom using part of Sauron's
Ring of
own
Powder
soul,
is
the
Isildur's
One
thing.
Ring
Contains
amplified
part
his
of Sauron's
power and
essence.
let him control the minds and actions of the other ring bearers.
The 9 kings of men were especially vulnerable and saw themselves reduced to twisted wraiths bent to Sauron's whims.
It wasn't any
Yeah.
better for the less kingly humans. So much so that Sauron mind-controlled most of Numenor. We're talking about an island nation that could have had as many as 18 million people, and Sauron had them
Wow.
all at his creepy, pokey fingertips.
This led to retaliation from Eru, who had hardly directly intervened ever before, even against Morgoth. Eru sank Numenor, while Sauron was still on it. But the Dark Lord's spirit persevered, indestructible even against the wrath of God.
Sauron used the ring to build himself a new body. It may have cost a lot of power, but he took a biblical event to the face and went right back on to being evil.
And yet, putting so much power into one object did have drawbacks.
Which hit back hard when Isildur subtracted a digit from his hand.
The Warrior King did more than just cut off a finger. He took the ring and its power for himself. This act forced Sauron to retreat as a disembodied spirit, threatened by his own power in the hands of another. And should the One Ring be destroyed completely, Sauron's spirit could be rendered impotent beyond repair. It isn't all bad, though. The ring can turn you invisible, create visions of impending doom, and has one hell of a defense mechanism.
Yeah,
Man,
who'd
no
want to destroy
shit.
it when it makes you want it? It has a will of its own. With promises
Yeah,
whispered,
let's
even
talk
the best
about,
of us can't refuse.
you know.
The greatest poultry dinner ever, boomstick. Bourbon, pecan, parmesan, turducken. It's so precious.
What did you just do?
What? It sounded delicious. Well, ring or no ring, Sauron's a beast. He's swatted away armies of soldiers, interrupted Mount Doom through sheer willpower. He has total control over his own being and can modify his soul at will. So he can definitely resist someone like spooky ghost Celebrimbor trying to dominate his spirit.
And being among the strongest Maiar, the peak of Sauron's power is beyond that of Osei, a lesser Maya, which is specifically important because Osei single-handedly raised the island of Numenor.
Yeah, remember that island that got Noah'd? That place. No wonder everyone wants his ring.
Wow.
Who could turn down that much power?
Not
But that's the
Isildur.
problem,
The hearts
though.
of men are
Only
easily corrupt,
Sauron
and
can
he kept
truly
the ring
wield the
rather
power
than
of the
destroy it.
ring.
But in the end, the ring destroyed him and waited for its master's return.
Sauron was rebuilding Mordor into a world-conquering force.
Hell,
And
Celebrimbor
after
had
a
the
good
ring and he used it
old-fashioned
against
torture,
Sauron, but
he
Sauron
found
just
out
summoned
the
it back
ring
to
was
him.
in the Shire, the chillest, coziest, dopest place imaginable. Ah, man, when I retire, I'm gonna go live in a hobbit hole and just get lit 24/7.
And so began the War of the Ring. Sauron's forces covered the land, seeking both the ring and the downfall of man, always shadowed by the symbol of his ever-present influence, the Eye of Sauron.
It was a slaughter fest. Middle-earth stood no chance. Everybody basically accepted death by orcs as inevitable. It was hopeless. The kingdoms of men would finally fall for good.
Save for the Dark Lord's truest weakness, Sauron's cunning and stratagems were impressive, sure, but ultimately, he never truly understood the people of Middle-earth. In his mind, absolute power was factually irresistible. He never imagined a mere mortal could ever or would ever seek to actually destroy the One Ring.
Against all odds and a whole lot of walking, Sauron was defeated. Not by the sparkly new king or the armies of Middle-earth, but by the most unlikely creature imaginable, Elijah Wood.
Yet, even as a formless shadow, Sauron's legacy remains one of domination,
Oh, come on.
treachery, and most of all,
What's wrong with Elijah
fear.
Wood, man?
Fitting for the being that represents, and I quote, as near an approach to the wholly evil will as is possible.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
This episode of Death Battles.
Pause. I don't know what the Lich King's got, but unless this Lich King's got, like, universal, like, powers, I don't know if he's gonna win. I hate to break it to you. Head to
I
A44.
have no idea.
Because it's just like, there was a little tiny box that even said that nothing could really destroy the ring, even when it's like 449 gigatons of force. It did nothing to the ring. Only like.
Had to win.
So basically, like if this ring can be destroyed with force, it has to be with like universal force. So unless this Lich King does not have universal power, it's a done deal for the Lich King. Especially since even if the Lich King destroyed his body, like, he could just reform it.
Exactly.
And even if not, the Lich King, Sauron could just take over the Lich King and make him a fucking wraith. Easily. Done deal. Okay, so you have 844? Okay, now let's continue on in 3, 2, 1, go.
On the distant planet of Draenor, destruction was imminent. The orc shaman Ner'zhul prepared a spell with his followers to
God.
tear
I'm
the
not able to
planet
understand
asunder,
mostly any of
all
those.
to escape
Me
the
either.
fury of the demon lord Kil'jaeden.
But when Ner'zhul waltzed through the portal, Kil'jaeden was right there waiting for him.
Ner'zhul was forced to serve Kil'jaeden's will to ravage another world, Azeroth. Thus, he was transformed into the first Lich King.
This Lord of the Dead was sent to the continent of Northrend, but Kil'jaeden had one more twist for poor Zul. His body was gone, leaving just his spirit, which was bound to a set of armor sealed within a prison of magical ice. Man, this guy can't catch a break. Armor looks sick, though. He's gonna possess me if I put that on, huh?
From his frozen prison, the Lich King would begin his conquest, conjuring an unstoppable plague of undeath. Soon, this would threaten the lives of the kingdom of Lordaeron.
Okay, so that was a lot, but here's where our main guy finally shows up. Lordaeron's crown prince and holy knight, Arthas Menethil. Yeah, his name does kind of sound like something your doctor would give you for fungus, but hey, no. Arthas was a badass. At 19 years old, he was considered one of the best swordsmen in the world and had mastered nearly every weapon he could.
Even with such a skilled warrior as its prince, Lordaeron was already severely pressured by a
It turned
war
to
with
Blizzard
an
in
orcish horde,
2017.
so a zombie plague was the last thing Arthas needed. Compounding this even further, Ner'zhul managed to break free of Kil'jaeden's power and turned his attention toward creating a champion to lead his ever-growing scourge. Naturally, he chose Arthas.
Who was a stressed out mess, to the point where he tried to stop the plague by killing everyone in his own city.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit. Yeah, he was totally losing it. So hearing a
Talk
creepy
about
voice in
Goku
his
blacking
head
his whole
really
entire
didn't help.
town.
Long story short, in his efforts to protect his realm, Arthas discovered a rune blade and took it for himself.
Uh-oh.
This was the fearsome Frostmourne.
Surprise! It's the
I would
source
not
of the
know.
Lich King's
Never
power.
played World of
He was
Warcraft.
stealing souls and storing them within the blade. With this new ice-cold cleaver in hand, Arthas lost his soul and got a Death Knight makeover.
And so the former hero of light would lead the very scourge he previously fought.
And in time, Arthas would don the armor for himself,
Oh.
giving the Lich King a new, ultimate power. Walking!
Remember, everything the Lich King had done up until this point had been from his prison within a literal block of ice.
And this new Sauronite armor, Saronite armor, is the best. Like, what was it doing stuck in ice all this time when it's made of old god blood and self-repairs? Screw you, blacksmith! You're never taking my hard-earned gold! I'll never have to get naked and die again!
By donning this dark helm, Ner'zhul and Arthas fused to become one, a being far more powerful than either had been before.
He could effortlessly cover cities in ice storms, murder hundreds with the power of shadow, and learn all of your secrets with the Eye of Acarus.
Azeroth's fate was sealed. Everyone was doomed.
See this guy? He's Illidan, a 15,000-year-old demon hunter with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. As a Death Knight, Arthas could take him down, even after fighting through a massive army to get to him. Against this new Lich King, Illidan never stood a chance.
This is important because Illidan had absorbed the power of Gul'dan, an orc warlock who, alongside his followers, raised the Broken Isles out of the sea, a massively powerful feat of magic.
The fact that Arthas, a mortal guy, beat him up is a big deal. Just imagine how kick-ass he'd be in full control of the undying Lich King powers. Oh wait, we don't have to.
Ner'zhul may have pulled Arthas' strings up until this point, but he had made a drastic miscalculation. Within the mind of the Lich King, Arthas battled Ner'zhul for control, and won. The power of Frostmourne, of the Scourge, of Undeath itself, was now under the command of Arthas.
And by this point, he was just done. Like, with everything. We've all had one of those days, right? Where you see all of humanity is so pathetic they can only be saved by just killing them all, so you rip out your own heart. Yeah, relatable.
Determined to end all life, Arthas led his scourge across Azeroth, spreading the plague to every corner of the world. He slaughtered every contender in his path, including legendary champions like this hero of the Horde, Dranosh Sarfang.
Who the Lich King bitch slapped to death in one hit, then zombified to serve him instead. Man, that didn't go well.
The Lich King seemed unstoppable.
Only one thing could take him down. A 25-man raid team of the best nerds World of Warcraft servers had to offer. And that one guy who was just there because he was friends with somebody, but damn, he sucked.
With these, heroes triumphant, the Paladin Tyrion shattered Frostmourne with an equally legendary blade, ending the Lich King's vile reign.
But the Scourge doesn't work on Phantom Menace battle droid rules, so there must always be a Lich King to keep the relentless undead in check.
Yet no Lich King before or since ever matched the terror and malice Arthas brought to Azeroth.
Without a doubt, one of the most terrifying kings to ever conquer the world of Warcraft.
Yeah, sad to say, Bucko, but you're dead. Because I did see soul manipulation, but Celebrimbor literally took control of, like, literally an entire continent worth of orcs just to fight against Sauron, and Sauron literally just said, nope, I'm not going to try to take control of you instead. And he basically absorbed him. I will say that multiple continent feat raising up is impressive, but I don't think that even if that was equivalent to power, would be enough to destroy the ring. So again, unless this Lich King can create the same magma that's in Mount Doom, which he can't, he's not going to be able to kill Sauron. Because again, if he just destroys the body, he can just live on as a spirit.
Exactly.
And probably even possess him. Because I do believe that Sauron's spirit is a lot more powerful than the Lich King's spirit. And plus also, they literally said that a raid team of 25 players. Meaning they're not that as impressive as the Lich King. 25 people are needed to literally defeat the Lich King. When it took an entire army just to fight off Sauron, and he literally just slaughtered them like they were nothing. Isildur got lucky with a single strike. I will admit to that much, but that's because he got lucky.
He got lucky, and then Sauron only lost to a midget.
Well, that's only because he didn't expect a midget. That's his only downside, is that he didn't expect that. But when
because he underestimated no one expected a random ass hobbit.
Nobody expected a hobbit. I wouldn't. But that being said, I do believe that the Sauron will definitely have the edge in a lot of stuff here. When it comes to power, maybe the Lich King might have more, but I feel like power is quite irrelevant here, when Sauron could easily probably destroy that sword within a couple of strikes. Because if the freaking guy could easily destroy that sword within a couple of strikes, Sauron can easily destroy it with his ultra-powered ring self, I think. Head to 1525. So I'm going to be betting on my boy Sauron. So don't disappoint me, Sauron, okay?
You will. Sauron's gonna disappoint you in every single way. How do you feel about it?
You ever fucking not. Head to 5025.
I'm already there.
Okay,
Ready?
then let's start this up. And 3, 2, 1, go.
For an undeath battle!
I gotta say, this does kind of look pretty neat.
I shall claim what is mine.
Oh, I like that. I like the voice.
Yep.
Sounds like Sauron.
This cold north, you will find only death.
Oh, I like that voice too.
I like that voice even though I don't know what it's supposed to sound like.
I don't know if that's close or if that's not how it sounds like. I don't care. That sounds cool. Oh wow. Oh yeah, they did say he could transform into a wolf.
A werewolf to be exact.
And a vampire. Says he could transform into a vampire. That's the question.
Tear out your heart. You will find nothing.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that's nice.
I like the music. The music's sounding so awesome right now.
Your efforts are for naught.
Oh!
I see
This is kind of fire night.
This is neat. Oh, what? Yeah.
One.
you serve me now. I serve no one.
I serve no one.
Good. Sauron. What are you doing against
The
Sauron?
prophecy of your nothing but lies.
Oh! No worries, that's so.
There's no life in the void. Only
And he sits on a dude's throne.
Ah, that's my boy, that's my Lord Sauron. Like a fucking boss, yeah!
Well, if he wasn't all powerful before, look out for supercharged Sauron now.
Despite the Lich King's impressive power, Sauron's might was absolute.
But not before he got the duel of his life in
Dang,
a
I'm
crazy
real
close
excited
bout.
there, I
First
see.
up, both Dark Lords could counter pretty much any mind or soul screwing powers, making a lot of their usual tricks
I
way
see.
less noteworthy in this match.
So
To
it
be
wasn't
fair, the
as
Lich
I
King
see.
severely debilitated Sauron via his plague of undeath. Most physical bodies would not survive such a disease.
So Sauron just got rid of his body. Who needs it?
Duh.
Especially when you can
Duh.
rebuild one or just start fighting as a ghost. Both
Duh.
things Sauron could do.
After all, the plague is intended for
Pause.
Okay, pause.
Okay, so for Sauron, could fight in physical and spirit form. Less obvious weakness, which is true, because he wouldn't. Lich King wouldn't know to destroy the ring. More powerful. Okay, I honestly thought the Lich King was powerful. Huh.
Resist in mental and soul attacks.
Celebrimbor.
Regeneration.
Oh, that is true. And then the Lich King is that armor resistant magical attacks, which is true. Helm could block mental and soul attacks. They did say that too, and Plague of Death affected Sauron's physical body, which, yeah, that's fair. Far less experienced and less powerful. Fair enough. Okay, so let's continue on in 3, 2, 1, go.
organic mortal enemies and has never infected a spirit.
Another smaller point for Sauron was his weakness. The Lich King was a clever bastard, but even with the Eye of Icarus, it would have been tough for him to decode and destroy the One Ring. Meanwhile, given enough power, Sauron would naturally end up destroying Frostmourne. He's kinda got a thing for breaking swords.
So
Oh yeah, he did break that
their
legendary
power.
sword.
While their highest limits are certainly nebulous,
With just his freaking
interestingly
foot,
enough,
too.
some of the most impressive feats from both worlds involve lifting islands.
Oh.
As Sauron is a more powerful Maya than Osei, and the Lich King could reliably defeat someone with Gul'dan's magic, it is possible to gauge the difference in power by measuring the islands that were raised.
Oh.
Keep in mind, Gul'dan had a bunch of help, so we're only giving him his share. Turns out, Osei was doing twice the work.
By examining official maps to determine the volume of the islands, we found a difference between lifting 2 quadrillion tons of rock versus 4 quadrillion tons.
Oh.
Further energy required to actually lift these through the ocean, of course.
I honestly didn't know
Impressive,
that.
sure, but Sauron
That caught me off
had
guard.
the edge.
And for the final nail in the coffin, the Lich King might have been super scary, but he really wasn't around for all that long. At least not when compared to the experience Sauron has warring with the world for thousands of years.
Yeah,
The
54,000
Lich King
years.
certainly posed a threat to Sauron, but the ruler of Mordor's awesome might, enduring spirit, and millennia of treachery proved him the superior Dark Lord.
Wow!
Is that it?
What? Are you sour on the pun? I was pretty keen about it.
Oh, fuck off,
The winner
stick.
is Sauron.
Alright, who's next? Who's next?
Hey,
Next,
if you
there
want
is
more
an
Death Metal
extra
ASAP,
standard
why not
thing
grab a
going on
membership?
there, so.
You'll get exclusive emotes, badges, live chat, live streams, and a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff. Just click that join button. Thanks for watching.
Deku!
Okay, against who? Nope, 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 nope.
What?
Slam.
What?
Deku slam.
Was Deku gonna die?
No, Deku slams.
Why? How? Well, I don't even know the full power of
From
Asta.
what I know and what I have seen, because I've seen some videos on this, Deku in the manga is absolutely a fucking goat. The only thing I can say that I know is I don't know why, but apparently, I guess they'll tell it in the death battle, I hope. That's the only thing with the death battle, they might spoil shit.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, but the only thing I do know is that, apparently, Deku just has so many busted-ass abilities. I know something that could help in this death battle, but I don't know if you want me to tell you, really. It's nothing big or major, but it's something like there.
And what's that?
Now, I'm warning you. I don't think it's that big, but I could be dead-ass wrong. Apparently, from what I saw, because I saw a quick, 30-second TikTok about this once. Apparently, in one of the recent manga chapters, or one of the manga chapters, not recent, but one of them,
Yeah?
Deku is able to fight and take on his whole entire classroom. And win! He was not losing, he was throwing hands with them. So Bakugo, fucking
Todoroki, Ida.
Todoroki, Ida.
Well, okay, but here's my issue, is how much power does Asta have, this Asta guy?
Asta is,
Because we gotta keep in mind, is that while Deku may have immeasurable power, he only used 100% of power for only a couple of seconds.
No, that's manga. We're talking in anime. We're not talking about manga. Manga Deku's absolutely fucking busted.
Well, we don't even know how much power he's even able to use in the manga right now. Because we don't even know, because we're not reading the manga, unless you are, but I'm not.
No, I'm not.
So
Not
yeah,
yet.
we don't even know.
I'm going to.
So we
Once
don't even
this
know, because as
season
of right
ends,
now,
I'm gonna buy the manga. I'm gonna start buying the manga.
So as of right now in the anime, he can only use up to 8% or 20%, unless that grew during the episodes of the anime.
No,
that's
the
out right
episodes
now.
I saw he's able to use more, but I'm not saying what, and I can't because it's spoiling.
Okay.
But they'll probably explain it in this.
I guess we'll see, but I don't know. I'm kind of worried for Deku.
No, I already know.
However, though, to go back on the topic, the death battle itself was great. I love it. They really gave Sauron clean lines to say. That's exactly what Sauron would say, too.
Mm-hmm.
And while I never played the Lich King, I will say that seeing the Lich King like that was kind of cool. I will admit.
It's cool, but it would not make me want to play World of Warcraft.
Yeah, it's not gonna make me want to play World of Warcraft because it's like if it's like you need to have a 25-man team just to fight, just in order to be able to fight this guy. Fuck that. Yeah, fuck that. But that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please leave a like for more. And as always, grow your Crypt Keepers, and please do come back for another tale. We'll see you guys later. All right,
See
peace.
you guys later.